Hi and welcome to ELLY-B Automotive. In this video, I'll be talking about what is a vehicle speed sensor, what is its function and location. So what is a vehicle speed sensor? A vehicle speed sensor is an electronics device used to send electrical pulse signal from the sensor down to the vehicle's onboard computer, which is the PCM or the ECU, or we call it the brain box of the vehicle. These signals are analyzed by the vehicle's computer and used to determine the ignition timing of the vehicle and also the air to fuel ratio mixture for conversion process, and also used to determine the transmission chief points when the vehicle is on motion, and also to carry out other routines activities within the operation of the vehicle. So it's very important that your vehicle speed sensor should be in good condition. If there is any breakdown in any of the sensors, it could lead to poor operation. Ensure your vehicle speed sensor are always in good condition to make sure that your vehicle is performing perfectly. So we have two major types of vehicle speed sensor. We have the magnetic inductive speed sensor, which is a passive speed sensor, and we have the magneto-resistive speed sensor, which is the active speed sensor. The speed sensors are located on the vehicle in two positions. One, we have them on the transmission, and the second one, we have them close to the wheel of the vehicle. So on the transmission, we have two sensors on the transmission. We have the input sensors and we have the output sensors. And these sensors are used to determine what speed the vehicle is moving on to. Also, the one on the wheel is attached to the vehicle's hub, which determines the rotational motion of the wheel, so that the computer will be able to determine what gear the vehicle should be on, and also what air to fuel ratio should be, and also ignition timing of the vehicle, and also to carry out other activities within the vehicle's operation. So, like I said, the function of the vehicle speed sensor is majorly of four. Number one is to determine the ignition timing of the vehicle. Number two is to determine the air to fuel ratio mixture of the vehicle. And number three is to determine the transmission chip point, what gear the vehicle should be on. And also helps to initiate diagnostic routines of the vehicle. So these are the function of the vehicle's speed sensor. So you must ensure your vehicle speed sensor is in good condition and working properly. Now, what are the signs of a failed vehicle speed sensor? Number one sign of a failed vehicle speed sensor is transmission problem. Because the sensor is faulty, you cannot get the right signal to know what speed the transmission is moving, and also what speed the wheel is rotating on, and to determine what gear ratio or what gear the vehicle should be on. So as a result of that, the vehicle might stick to only one gear. It can just be in gear 2 alone. It can be on the highest gear you can have to be gear 3, and which is not really good for the engine, and that will lead to damaging of your vehicle's engine when you're running a vehicle on a low gear. Number two sign of a bad speed sensor could be erratic speedometer reading. Sometimes speedometer not working. In major cars, when the wheel speed sensor is not functioning properly or the transmission speed sensor, you discover that your speedometer will not be running, it will just be on zero. So when your speedometer is not running, that is one sign that you should check your vehicle speed sensor if the speed sensor is actually in good condition. The number three sign is that you have lack of torque converter clutch application. And sign number four is inability to engage cruise control on your vehicle. So when your vehicle's cruise control is not engaging, it's a sign that your vehicle speed sensor is faulty. Sign number five of a failed vehicle speed sensor is the check engine light will be triggered on. And when you troubleshoot the vehicle or you scan the vehicle, you notice that the code that will come out will tell you that the vehicle speed sensor is faulty. So whenever you see those signs, please ensure to take your vehicle to a qualified automobile mechanic that will take care of it and repair it and clear all the codes and ensure your vehicle runs properly. What causes the vehicle speed sensor to fail? So number one will be an internal electrical fault in the sensor. That means the sensor has developed electrical issues. It could be as a result of rust, corrosion, and also dirt. Some of them can affect them because of the location, especially those ones that are located on the wheel, and also even the ones in the transmission. Maybe the transmission have worn out metal particles sticking to the magnet on the ones within the transmission, and those things can interfere with the signals that the sensor is sending to the computer. So it's very important that you take note of this. You could once in a while clean up this dirt or contaminant from the sensor, and ensure your sensor is in good condition. So number two cause will be damage on the sensor itself. These sensors are designed, they are not designed to last forever. So some of them might have stayed for a very long time due to environmental conditions, vibration, impact. So they might fail. So it's very important you check them. If they are bad, replace them and ensure that the codes are clear and your vehicle is running properly. One other cause, which is cause number three, that could cause your vehicle speed sensor to fail is poor maintenance. So when you carry your vehicle out for routine inspections, make sure that a trained mechanic carry out checks on all these parts, at least once in 6 months or once in a year, to ensure that they are still in good condition. If they are not, then they get them replaced so that your vehicle will be running smoothly and you enjoy your vehicle. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. This video is just to give you the basics, the basic knowledge on what is a vehicle speed sensor, its functions, and its location. I'll be making more videos on detailed explanation of the sensor and its functions and the components. So please don't fail to subscribe to this channel, hit the notification button, make comments and like button, and I'll see you in the next video.